Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today's workout was something a little bit different, but let's go ahead and start with the front squats. Now, a lot of you guys know I got my 10 sets of front squats with my other weight last week, so I went up 10 pounds. I'm not going to lie, I was dreading this. I hurt so bad for the whole weekend after doing 10 sets of front squats that I was really dreading this. I am having to build up to the volume of this. I'm not going to lie. This has been really tough. And I know I advocate the system of training. I know it's working. I know I've been recompositioning since I've been training this way. I've been recomping noticeably, which some people kind of realized with my Instagram photo yesterday. And yes, I'll put up the unfiltered one later. I might even do a video discussing some of that. But yeah, I've recomped while gaining strength, doing what I'm doing. A lot of that has to do with old muscle memory because, guys, I have been bigger and stronger even while on YouTube. You guys recall, I've squatted over 500 pounds since being on YouTube raw with no wraps, no sleeves. You guys have also watched me do 5-rep sets with 315 on the pause bench. So I'm rebuilding, but I'm recompositioning on this system. I'm enjoying it, other than some of these workouts are brutal, especially when I get to 10 sets. Especially on a lift like the front squat. So I was a little worried, but you know what? I went up 10 pounds. It got heavy at 5 sets. The fifth set, and I haven't even seen the footage yet. I'm just voicing over as we go. My first time seeing it through. But that fifth set was tough, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm done. This is a new weight. Normally, what I like to do is get to 7 sets when I increase the weight on this system. But you know what? There are going to be days where you only get 5 or 6, and that's okay. That is okay. Now, normally the reason I want 7 is based purely upon the research I've seen. When we've seen like Dr. Brad's studies, they showed that 7 sets of 3 produce the same hypertrophy as 3 sets of 10. In other words, it's actual hypertrophy work at that point, even though you're using a heavier weight. So yeah, I do like to try to get to 7 sets when we increase weight, and that should be the goal. But you know what? Sometimes on a really hard exercise, like the front squat is a hard exercise. That's all you can do. And I'm not going to lie. Today, the rack position, I just couldn't get it to not hurt on my left hand. I went ahead and ground through it, but some people are asking about that. How do you do that without it hurting? I don't have it not hurt every workout. There are workouts to where it hurts. And the first rep isn't what hurt. It's when I get a little bit of forward lean, which you guys see happening there. Sometimes that second rep or that third rep, I have just a drop of forward lean. It does hurt when I have any forward lean at all on the front squat. So I've got to try to stay upright, and that's really hard to do sometimes after the first rep. But like I've said, I need the front squat to rebuild my back squat at this point. I need to train my core and thoracic erectors and everything to stay upright with volumes of training like I'm doing now. And the end result will be when I go back to my back squat, I know that I'm going to be able to go back to back squats and handle volume without wearing a belt, without needing a belt. And that's going to be the main thing. That's important to me with my own personal training, and people can argue about that all they want. That's important to me. But that fifth set, it started getting hard. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I added weight to the bar. I added weight. Isn't that the whole point? I got there, I added weight, and I was able to do a fairly decent number of sets. It was only 5 before it started to get tough. And I'm like, you know what? At least I won't feel like I did last weekend. So I'll spend 3 or 4 weeks building up the sets with the new weight. I don't care if it takes me a month to add 10 pounds to the bar. Who cares? I'm making progress. As long as I'm making progress week to week, I don't care. Because progress is progress. And this goes back to with this training system about mastering every exercise with every weight that you use. Learning to get perfect technique, perfect form for 10 sets with any given weight. And that's the idea. And right now, yeah, it's a little tough again. I added 10 pounds to the bar. It's tough. I can feel the difference. But it took me 4 or 5 sets for it to really start to mount up. Next week, I'll come in and get 6 or 7. But yeah, my left wrist was definitely hurting me a bit, and a lot of it has to do with the amount of forward lean I get. It doesn't bother me until I get forward lean, and that's when I start to feel that left side a little bit, and it does hurt when I have forward lean. But it's also teaching me, hey, forward lean hurts, don't do it. So it's reinforcing that. And you know, again, is this a particularly heavy weight? No, it's not. It's not, and I accept that, and I'll live with that. That's okay. It is what it is. But you know what? 10 pounds added. We'll add sets for the next few weeks until we get to 10 sets, and then we'll go up another 10 pounds. And when I get tired of doing the front squats and I feel they've done all they can do for me, we'll go to back squats. But there we go. See that one? That one was a little bit of a grinder. That was tough. I had to push it through. But you know what? That's okay. It's a new weight, 5 sets. I'll grow from it. My quads will grow. My rectors will grow. My core will probably grow. And that's what we want. Up next, curls. People thought I was joking. I made a post a couple days ago saying I found out strict curls are a competitive lift. I'm going to start doing them, mainly because I don't want someone to come up to me and go, hey bro, how much do you curl? Now, for those who aren't aware, I have not done curls in a very, very long time. I couldn't tell you how long a very long time is. I couldn't tell you what that means. A year and a half, 2 years. I don't know. I would have to check my training footage. But I'm not used to curls. I do chin-ups and rows. But, here's the upside. We've got this curling now. Curling is part of powerlifting. It's a competitive lift. There's world records. By the way, I had to go over to this pole because I realized my head wasn't back against the upright on that, so I had to find one of the mini poles in the gym so that I can keep my knees locked and keep my butt and my head in contact with the pole, because that is what strict curling is in competition. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get good at this lift. I'm going to have to start light because I'm not used to this at all. And I was able to do more reps on every set. Like that first work set was 6 reps, then I did 8, then I did 10. Well, I'm going to do this twice a week. I'm going to do this probably on my squat days and my deadlift days. So I'm never going to be fresh when I do it. But you know what? I'm going to do this because it's a competitive lift, and I don't want there to be a competitive lift that I suck at that's in normal strength circles. And I'm not talking about technique lifts like the clean and jerk. I'm talking about any of the power lifts. Here we go, strict curls. How about strict standing press? That's another reason I'm doing it. It's considered to be a test of strength. It's a standard strength standard, all right, in which your strength is tested. I want to be strong across the board. And I laughed and joked about this, and I'm like, oh my God, curling is a power lift. And you know why they made it a power lift? Because it can be done strictly. It can be judged, and biceps are the one muscle out of every muscle in the body that doesn't get used in any of the big three. That's the one lift that isn't taxed hard. And you know what? I figured, what the hell? Let's go ahead and do this. And it's going to be funny. It's going to be hilarious at first. It's going to be funny. Because it's strict curling. And this is me. This is Jason Blaha. And here I am doing strict curls. But it is what it is, guys. It now has strength standards. It has weight classes. It has records. I might as well do it. And yeah, I'm going to start out here really light, 55 pounds. I'm repeating this last set for you guys a couple times. Yeah, this is light, and it's almost comical. But the world record is only like 247, and that guy is a big, big dude, and that's for a single. So here we go. We're going to start with 55 pounds. We're going to master this exercise in a competition legal manner, and we're going to get good at it, because at the end of the day, since it now has a strength standard associated with it, just like the squat, the bench, the deadlift, and even the strict standing press does, people might come up to me and go, bro, how much do you curl? And you know what? At the end of the day, my biceps are probably going to blow up from this. They'll probably really grow from this, let's be honest. And as a YouTuber, even though I'm a strength guy, that's what I care about, I think having another inch or two of bicep wouldn't hurt my YouTube outreach in the fitness world, would it? I don't think it'll hurt it at all, do you? If anything, it'll only help me to add some size to my biceps. Honestly, they could use it. And you know what? The upside to it outside of that, it might reduce my chance of tearing a bicep on the deadlift, because I still got to rebuild that left one. And this will hopefully do it. This will hopefully be what I need. Me really focusing on this as an actual performance-based exercise. And I know that's hilarious. That's hilarious to think of the curl as a performance-based exercise. But maybe that will give me the motivation to actually train hard with it. My biceps will probably grow, and maybe I'll finally rebuild that old injured bicep after all these years, because you know what? The muscle's back together. It's not like I don't have a complete muscle. It's not like I don't have a tendon that's been well reattached and everything. You know what? I might as well rebuild it properly. But do I feel a little bit silly doing strict curls? Yeah, a little bit. Is it funny the amount of weight I'm using? Oh, hell yeah, it's funny. But you know what? give me a few months. I bet you that number is going to go up substantially. And after that, I went ahead and did my standing crunches, which are necessary if you want to maximize your squat, your deadlift, and your standing press. You need to do these flat out. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.